and today I'm here with my review of the Heroes of Olympus series by Riordan. I have some disclaimers for this video. First of all, I already filmed this video but accidentally deleted the footage, so I'm refilming it. Also, this video was supposed to go up yesterday but I had terrible migraine, so I couldn't film it. So we're still doing this. Heroes of Olympus series is a series of 5 books. Here they are. It's the Lost Hero, the Son of Neptune, the Mark of Athena, the House of Hades, and the Blood of Olympus. That's the order. And I'm just gonna give you a quick synopsis of what it's about. So, this series is a Percy Jackson spin-off series, Percy Jackson and the Olympians, in case that's the full title name, which is not a 5-book series. It's middle grade. This is YA, but are fantasy. The Percy Jackson series is just Greek mythology inspired. This also has Roman mythology in it. Also, quick heads up, this review will be spoiler free, but it will include spoilers for the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series, so if you haven't read that series yet, bye. But yeah, this is a sequel series more than a spin-off series. I said that wrong, I'm sorry. Basically, this series starts off with the Lost Hero, in which Jason, our new protagonist, wakes up in like a bus. I think on the way back, all the way from, I don't remember. He's on a bus to a field trip, I think. I don't know. And he doesn't remember anything, but next to him, a boy and a girl were claiming to be his best friend and girlfriend respectively, and he doesn't remember any of them. And then events happen and they end up at Camp Half-Blood, where they are frantically looking for a missing Percy Jackson. And this is also, the series also has multiple perspectives. So the first book follows Jason, Piper, and Leo perspectives. And then we have the Son of Neptune, which is kind of like, these follow the same timeline kind of. But you definitely have to read this one first, because it gives more reveals than this one and explains more of the things that happen in this. And then in this one we follow Percy, who has woken up at a camp for Half-Bloods called Camp Jupiter, which is the Roman version of Camp Half-Blood. And he also doesn't remember anything except the one name, which is Annabeth, but he doesn't remember what it means. So, and he goes on like a similar journey as Jason in this book, except it's a little different. Like, it's enough different for it not to feel repetitive, but like the character journey is kind of the same. I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, we also follow Hazel and Frank in here, which, as a perspective, which are 2 campers at Camp Jupiter. And then the rest of the books, I'm just gonna give you the perspectives for. Just thought that would be interesting. In the Mark of Athena, we follow Annabeth, Piper, Leo, and Percy. Then the House of Hades is the only book to have the main 7s, all of them, their perspective. So the main 7, in case you didn't know, because I recently figured out that a lot of people don't know like the 7 from the series, who they exactly are. It's easy. It's Annabeth, Percy, Piper, Leo, Jason, Hazel, and Frank. Those are the main 7, and we all follow them in this book. It's the only book with all of their perspectives in it. And then in the Blood of Olympus, we follow Nico, Jason, Reyna, Leo, and Piper. So thought that might be interesting to some people. Like always, I'm gonna do a quick ranking of these books based on which ones are my favorite and least favorite. Still, my lowest rating for the series is a 4-star, so I loved them all, don't worry. And after that ranking, we're going into individual reviews, so you'll understand more of my thought process behind this ranking. So let's begin. In the last place, we have the Son of Neptune. Then number 4, we have the Lost Hero. Number 3 for me is the Blood of Olympus. Then we have the Mark of Athena, and my favorite of the series is the House of Hades, which is also the biggest book in the series. So it paid off in the end. So for individual reviews, let's start off with the Lost Hero, which I of course give out of 5 stars. I really love the new characters that are introduced in this. I've seen online recently a lot that a lot of people like kind of don't like Piper and Jason, which I don't get. I think a lot of people just went into this book expecting Percy and then just like didn't get it and then immediately resented the characters that they did get in this, which is the one way to view characters. Just because they're not your favorite, they're not bad. But yeah, I already knew this wasn't gonna follow Percy at all because I read the back, and also just because I heard this complaints a lot, so I think I was prepared for that. I don't really know. The only really complaint I had of this book was that it felt a lot like a setup book to the rest of the series, and I don't know, it felt like a setup book, you know what I mean? And then it also plays with the amnesia trope, which I don't like. I'm not really a big fan of it, so that was also a thing that hindered from enjoyment. But like I think it could have been worse if you just followed Jason's perspective in this and didn't have Piper and Leo, because I don't like things that follow a character that has amnesia. So because they're two different perspectives, I feel like that balanced it out a little bit more. Then moving on to the Son of Neptune, which I gave again 4 out of 5 stars. I kind of have the same things to say about this book as with The Lost Hero. I love the new characters. Hazel and Frank are amazing. Hazel is one of my favorite characters in this universe, but again it felt a lot like a setup book, and I didn't like the amnesia trope again. Another thing the thing that made me dislike this book more than the first one is the fact that we know everything that Percy's trying to figure out, because all of his memories we know because we've read the Percy Jackson series, and then also like what's going on we also know from The Lost Hero. So we kind of just like know everything already while we follow characters trying to figure all of these things out, and that's just not a thing I really enjoy that much. So yeah, that's why it's my least favorite of the series. But a thing I did really like about this book is that it really goes into like the Roman traditions and how like the camp Jupiter works and stuff like that, and I really like that because it like I was able to like compare it to Camp Half-Blood and like see the differences, and I just thought that was a whole lot of fun. Then we have the Mark of Athena. I called it the Annabeth book because first of all, this is the first book in which we get an Annabeth perspective, but also because I feel like the plot is very Annabeth centric, which I love. Annabeth again is one of my favorites. So yeah, that's one thing I want to note on, is that getting that first perspective from Annabeth is just it's so much fun, because we followed 5 books of adventures with Annabeth in it, but we only got Percy's perspective. So like I don't know what she was thinking. I know getting her like thought process and like her inner monologue, and then also her just like flashing back on like things that happened in that series. It's amazing. But this is also the book where the characters of book 1 and 2 start to mix, and we get like this full cast of characters, and I really loved seeing those characters interact and, you know, becoming friends and learning about each other, and, you know, I really like that. This book also felt very epic. I don't know why. Maybe it's because the first 2 books were a little bit like more setup books. That with this one I was like, oh my god, the action has started, and it felt great. And also it had just like very high stakes, which is a thing that goes to like the rest of the books as well. I really like that. Then my favorite, House of Hades. This one dealt a lot with like team ups of like 2 people, or like sometimes 3, but like mostly it was 2 people, and that caused for like a lot of interesting like team ups to happen of characters that didn't usually interact much, and I thought that was interesting because you get to see different dynamics between everyone and new friendships being formed, and I really like that. Then also this book, like I said before, is the only one that follows all of their perspectives, so we really got to see like each character's like weaknesses, like insecurities, and I feel like every character in this book had this thought of like, why am I here? Like I'm pointless to this mission. But then having that being corrected throughout the course of the book, where it's like, no, we do need you for this one thing, like these reasons, and I like seeing that. I feel like a lot of the characters overcame like their insecurities and like their weaknesses, and this book was really built on making the characters like develop and get ready for like their final battle, and I just really like it. It was also done like in a form of like quests, of like mini quests is what I call them, side quests if you are familiar with like video game shit. It's like it was very like reminiscent of like that, and it just still kept like the pace of the book going and felt very high stakes and fun, but it had a lot of character work done throughout it, and I really like that. And like I said, the plot is like very engaging and fun, and just a great time to read, and I had so much fun reading it. And it's a big chunker, but I read like most of this in a 24-hour readathon. So let's move on to the last book, which I know I'm gonna have unpopular opinions on because most people don't like this book, and that's The Blood of Olympus. I give this 5 out of 5 stars. As you saw in my ranking, it was my 3rd favorite. I do have to say, like, final battle wise, this is very disappointing. I felt like there was throughout the whole series like building up to like this one battle, and then it happens and it's done in like 2 pages, and that was kind of, I don't know. But while reading this book, I realized I'm in this for like the characters and the character journey, and I think that was done so well in this book. I feel like every character ended up where they needed to and went through the development that they needed to go through, and just, I don't know, it felt so good, like seeing all these characters that kind of saying goodbye to each other and like saying where they were gonna go off to next. Everything just felt right and everything like clicked in its place, and oh, there's nothing more satisfying than that, you know? This is also the first time we follow Nico's and Reina's perspective, which I thought was very interesting. Like, I mean, it was needed for the plot to follow like new perspectives, but I just thought like Reina and Nico were like such interesting characters to follow as well, because they have a lot going on, and I just loved seeing their perspectives. I actually really liked the plot in this book. Again, it's just like a lot of like mini side quests going on, and I just have so much fun with those that I don't really know what else. I really prefer like this. The last 3 books have a lot of like mini quests kind of going on, while the first 2 books are like one quest, you know what I mean? And I prefer like the mini quests things, because it shows a lot of different character dynamics, and it shows like different strengths and like different characters, and it works so well that like I said, I'm in the series for the characters at this point, because damn, that's also why I can't wrap my head around people saying they don't like any of like these main characters, because like you read the books, they went through so much, they had a lot of like internal processing and like doing things, and I'm just like, how can you not like any of them? Or like think one of them is pointless. Like that's literally what this book is going against. I'm gonna give you a quick wrap up of my overall thoughts, even though like I think they were obvious, and then I'm gonna leave you. So like I said before, I love these characters so much. It's what I'm in it for mostly. They're everything. I also think the series has a lot of great humor, which of course if you're a Percy Jackson fan you know, but I feel like we had a lot of more like varieties of humor, because you know, we follow more different people. I thought the plot was very engaging and pretty high stakes, especially for this last 3 books. I just like felt like so epic. As mentioned before, I really preferred like the mini quests plot lines during the last 2 books over the like one bigger quest going on in the first 2. It just, I don't know, like I said before, it does a lot of like character building, and I really like that. And then I mentioned this quickly for the Mark of Athena, but it's something for the Son of Neptune, but it's something you notice a lot throughout the series, is the contrast between Camp Half-Blood and Camp Jupiter, between like the Greek and Roman sides of everything. I thought that was very interesting to follow and see what was going on. I highly recommend the series if you're a Percy Jackson fan. It's great. I was gonna say I would say it's better than Percy Jackson series, but I don't know if I can do that. But it's really, really good. So if you haven't read the series, if you're a huge Percy Jackson and Olympians fan, like go read this. It's great. And yeah, now I'm excited to like read more Riordan novels. I don't know which series to start, like the King Chronicles, Magnus Chase, or Trials of Apollo. I don't know which one you'd recommend I start with. So if you're a big Riordan fan, let me know in the comments which one you think I should like start first. As well, if you read the series, let's discuss in the comments down below, because there's a lot of spoilery things I could talk to you about, but I prefer to keep these videos spoiler free so more people can watch them. But if you are gonna go into spoilers in your comment, leave a spoiler warning at the top so people who haven't read the series yet know not to read your comments. And yeah, that's all for today, I think. So I guess I'll see you guys next time. Good. Here I am again, the same old situation. Why does the God thing have to be so complicated?